Welcome back, Automotive PSUs, with yet another very short GPU review. And this time I'm reviewing a GPU which I didn't think I would be reviewing because overall it is not the best buying choice, and that is the RTX 5050. However, in this little series of mine, I strictly discussed the custom, not the actual GPU itself. So, leaving my judgment for the 5050 aside, and also that judgment will be covered in a build with it because it turns out this card is a great overclocker. Let's go ahead and actually review the RTX 5060 Asus Dual 8GB. Now, this card is currently available in Europe, I'm from Italy, for very close to MSRP. So you're not usually getting the Asus tax on it. In my case, I was able to get it for exactly MSRP. So this card cost me brand new $0 or euros extra compared to any other variant. So off the bat, we are starting very well. Now inside the box, you find literally nothing except for the card, but it's the entryest level of the entry card, so that was to be expected. The card, however, has some pretty satisfying peel-offs to do, so I did just that, and that revealed a very nice finish on the card. A bright black, very well polished, with also a little bit of pass-through in it. The card is dual slot and it is overall very small. They also decided to put the full X16 slot on the PCIe, even though the card uses only X8. This is great because aesthetically I really dislike the 8 version, and also since I am buying and selling computers and I ship computers, if you have a single X8 slot, I find they are more fragile. An X16 slot will keep your card in your computer better, so I like that. I also like the position of the 8-pin PCIe power connector because it's located to the right and not in the middle like we saw in some smaller PCBs from Gigabyte, which end up making your PC look really ugly. The I/O is very standard, one HDMI to DisplayPort with multi-monitor support. However, what surprised me is the little switch button you find on the card. Now, Asus uses those on a lot of their cards, but I wasn't expecting them to have a dual BIOS switch on such a lower end card. Basically, the performance BIOS goes a bit faster but is a little bit louder, and the quiet BIOS goes a bit slower but is a little bit quieter. Very simple. The thing, however, aside from this little switch, because if you buy a card of this range, I would recommend you basically only run it on P performance. But the thing is, we now have two BIOSes. So if you guys are real followers of the page, you know that we like to do BIOS flashing, BIOS mods, overclocking around here, and having a second BIOS to just brick if we want, while with a simple switch being able to switch to the other one and making it easier to recover the original BIOS is a great thing for me. So this is a massive feature which I wasn't expecting in this card. This alone, if the card is good, would make me personally choose this over a different model. With that said, let's take a look at the actual performance of the card. I'm not gonna cover gaming benchmarks because, come on, little 50 megahertz more on the boost is not going to change really anything, but the card is extremely quiet. You literally cannot hear it while the system is running. In my case, the all-in-one and the case fans were louder than the GPU, so it was inaudible, and the GPU cools very well. I will show you guys the temperature after Firestrike, and as you can see, we're in the low 70s. This is great performance and will allow us to do some very good overclocking. Speaking of which, as usual, do not take my overclocking advice in terms of statistics because it doesn't have really relevance, because I only test 1, maybe 2, maximum of 3 customs before doing these videos. But this card was a great overclocker. I was able to get stable plus 300 MHz on the core and plus 375 converted on the memory, basically maxing out the slider. So all in all, I am really happy with the results, and the card this time is worth buying. As usual in these videos, I am not sponsored, nobody is paying me. Very often I talk very bad about cards, and I very often talk bad about Asus too because I think they're a bit overpriced. But this card, if you can buy it for the price I bought it for, I think you should definitely get it. It's actually the best 5050 I've tried so far, and it is fully recommended by me. As usual though, if you guys have the same card, please drop a comment down below, let me know what you think, and if you disagree with me, please do let me know, because sometimes issues come out as we go, and I want to use this video as a little forum to talk about that too. With that said, maybe drop a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.